I'm having dinner with over 100 founders. These are all millionaires, founders who have raised $4 million in the UK, in London. Some founders who are doing over 1 million ARR. Some founders who have exited, and some founders who are just scaling generational companies. But the handful of founders who are doing exceptionally great and making generational money in London, there are three common traits. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a little glimpse about these traits. Listen, I know YouTube is full of just a lot of waffle, like absolute waffle. I'm just here to give you some free information that I get from these dinners. I do have a community called Wellington. It's a private vetted community for like-minded people. All we do is have dinners on a weekly, sometimes a monthly basis, and let serendipity do its work. If you don't know what that is, you should be watching this video. Who doesn't know what serendipity is? Everyone does. As a gift from my Wellington community to you, I will give you a one-pager on how to implement these traits. All you have to do is click the link in the description and I'll send it to you for free. People believe in nature versus nurture. Some people think you're born a founder. But after having dinners with some of London's most exceptional founders, exceptional CTO, exceptional engineers, I've come to some conclusion. Some of these behaviors you can actually learn. It may take time, it may take some failures, but you can actually learn these traits. It's not all about being born with it. Sometimes it's all about the environment you're in and you being intentional to become a better person. The first trait really surprised me, especially because it contradicts trait number 3. But trait number 3, I'll give to you at the end of the video. A lot of these founders who are doing crazy numbers, some are doing, I don't want to disclose their numbers, but some are doing really crazy numbers. You will think they don't have time, but it's actually the opposite. They have a lot of spare time. They spend hours at my dinners. It's absolutely crazy. And after dinners, we carry on talking. People don't want to go home, but people will say time is money. What's even crazier, after these conversations, some of these founders, they'll do something. If I tell them I'm going to be in Hackney tomorrow, or I'm going to be in Bexley Heath or Islington, they will send me the best restaurants. Why is this? There's a very interesting thesis by a man named Adam Grant. He studied over 3,600 engineers and he put them in 3 categories: the givers, the takers, and the matchers. Self-explanatory. Takers, they will take as much value as they can with every interaction. The matchers is based on the premise, I'll help you if you help me. And the givers are people who have a heart just to give. Sacrificial heart. They just want to give. Doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. They just want to over give. But according to his thesis, the givers are always at the top or the bottom of the success ladder. So you can get a really poor person that can be an extreme giver, but you can be an ultra successful person that's an extreme giver. While in the middle, you have the takers and the matchers on all different levels of the wealth ladder. So when you try to differentiate the givers at the bottom of the ladder and the givers at the top of the ladder, givers at the bottom of the ladder just give to anyone. Doesn't really matter, they just give. But givers at the top of the ladder, they're very specific with what they give and who they give to. But they're both givers. In his studies, he calls these type of givers other givers. They're generous without being pushovers. So they're not just giving aimlessly, they're giving calculatively. I think that's a word. One of the interesting facts about these type of founders when I have these dinners, the early stage founders, it seems like they're always pitching to me. So it's the sales, like, this is what my company do. It's very professional, very scripted. However, the founders who are making generational wealth, they narrate like a story. Talk about serendipity, talk about I was at the right place at the right time, I was a bit lucky. It has a fairy tale effect to how they made their wealth. interesting. This is what you call storytelling. They could be like, I was looking for a natural hair product. There's none in the market. I created it. Or my wife found this thing on Instagram, but it never catered to her, so I decided to build it. It's all about the story, the founder's story. By the early founders, you can tell a lot of the time to just put in a little bit of lies to the story to make it seem like they're the next Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg. We can always see past this, especially when people who have made legacy companies. This makes so much sense though, because if you're a good storyteller, you can convince the greatest minds to work for you. And one thing I know, and one thing I've learned by having dinners with all these founders, they have the best people working for them, the best engineers, the best growth strategists, the best marketer. This is what makes a generational company. So it makes sense that these founders who are doing over like 100 million are good at storytelling because they're able to convince people. But these early startups, they don't have good engineers because they can't convince people yet. Because they're still, you could say, fine tuning the delivery. Everyone has to go through a progression of life from always seeming like you're doing a pitch deck to a natural storyteller. It's the evolution of an entrepreneur. It's very interesting because there was a researcher at Princeton, I forgot his name, but he basically studied the brain of a storyteller and a listener. He came to the conclusion of his thesis is that when a storyteller delivers a story, the listeners are using similar muscles and similar neural links, which makes sense why a good storyteller can captivate you and convince you to do what they want you to do. In comparison to someone who isn't a good storyteller but more analytical, the person delivering the pitch or the story isn't able to captivate the audience or the other person you're having a conversation with because your brain aren't using similar muscles or neural links. So you're not really agreeing. This whole process is called neurocoupling. And the more neurocoupling, the more trust. Remember when I talked about founders being leaders, being able to lead great people and to be able to entice great employees, great builders to join the company. Which makes sense because a lot of these people, when you speak to them about joining the community in Wellington, they don't care about the cost of joining Wellington. All they care about how much time I have to commit into this community and is it worth my time. When I'm inviting people to these dinners in London, they want to know who's coming because they don't want to waste time. Warren Buffett also has a similar thesis. It's like the 20 slot rule. I am reading it because I don't want to misquote it. It's treat your investment opportunity as a punch card with only 20 slots, representing all the investments you can make in your lifetime. Warren Buffett applies this to stocks and investing the same way these high value founders apply to slots on their calendar. If you really want to know how to implement all these things I'm telling you, it will be the link in the description for free, as I said earlier. The 3 actions are be an otherish giver, learn how to tell a story, not a pitch, which is so important, and be ruthless with your time. And when you know what you want to do with your time, see this phone? Remove all distractions. YouTube's algorithm is extremely good. Whatever videos they suggest here, I recommend you to watch. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm giving gems that only people in the Wellington community have access to. But you get it for free. Why not? Be nice.